One of the biggest lessons that I've been learning in entrepreneurship is that you have to become a better leader. And if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Jasmine. I have been a full time online entrepreneur now for 6 years. I started during COVID, and I've learned so much, just so you know, when it comes to business and entrepreneurship. Every day I feel like it's a learning lesson. It really is an experience. But one of the biggest lessons that I've been learning this year, year 6, is becoming a better leader. And in order to make more, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to work more or work harder. And that's a mindset that I had to get out of because I've always been a hustler. Okay. Like, one thing about me, anyone who knows me personally knows, like, when Jasmine wants something, she just goes and gets it. Like, I'll work 20 hours a day, go off for 3 hours of sleep, then be back up at it again, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make more money. If anything, that's just the quickest way to, one, burn out, and then two, to hate your business. And really, something that I learned is at first, I didn't really have a business. All I did was create a job for myself. I thought I had a business, but I just had a job. Okay. I am now in the era of entrepreneurship where I'm building a team and scaling. I figured out what works, but I can't do it all alone. Okay. And I tried. This year is when I figured it out. Like, I really feel like I figured it out. And I was like, okay, now that I have the tools, I know about AI, I know about creating crazy amounts of content. Well, I can just do all that and make it work all on my own. But it wasn't working because there's only but 24 hours in a day, and I only have but a certain I only have a certain amount of energy, right? Your energy is currency. I've talked about that in other videos. But your energy is not infinite, okay? You only have a good few hours within 24 hours where you're at your highest amount of energy, where you're the most creative, the most productive. But after that, you're moving slower, not because you're necessarily tired, but you're just out of energy, right? And things that should really only take me an hour to do would start to take me 2 hours and 3 hours just because I was losing energy, I was losing momentum. So I decided to hire a team. Now, in the process of hiring people, it's a lot that you have to learn. You need standards of procedures. You need to be able to train people adequately to think like you, not just do what you do, but think like you, so that if, something happens, they don't necessarily need you in order to fix it. They know what you would do in the situations. That requires being able to communicate really well. You also have to have patience, which is something that I'm working on. And you also have to learn how to let go of control. Let's talk about that. I did not realize how much of a control freak I was until I started my own business, okay? Your business is your baby, okay? You nourished it. It was an idea that you decided to show up for, and you turn that idea into something that's actually thriving and making money and paying your bills. It's your baby. And you can't be in a mindset where you feel like you have to control everything in order for things to get done properly, because that's not true. And that's actually a mindset that will hold you back. A lot of the things that I was so afraid to let other people do were really things that I didn't necessarily have to do, okay? It's just things that I wanted to do because I wanted to be in control. I felt like there's nobody who will be able to do what I do at the level in which I do it. And there's no way I could hire someone else to do that just the way I do it. There's no way. But that's not true. That's not true. And a lot of these things that I felt that way on, it really doesn't require any talent. A lot of it's admin stuff. A lot of it's posting. A lot of it is scheduling stuff, coming up with captions. It's editing. It's not really anything that someone else can't do. But for the longest time in my mind, I believed that I was the only one that could do it. I didn't want to give up control. But I learned that I can either give up some control so that I can build this business to 100,000 a month, 1 million a month, whatever, or I can continue to hold on to control and get nowhere. Eventually, at some point, there's going to be a day where I don't have the energy to work, or maybe something came up. Maybe I just want to live life, right? I can't be the only person in my business in order for my business to make money. That's not going to last long term. So I decided to hire people, and I have a team of 5 assistants now. It's definitely been a learning experience for me. Everyone learns differently. One other thing I've been working on, just like my communication skills, being able to explain how things are done, how I want them done, and also being able to accept other people's ideas, right? I decided that when I hired people, I want them to be smarter than me. I don't want to be the person that knows everything and no one knows anything, because then I can't grow, I can't make better decisions. I want people who are smarter than me. I want people who know things that I don't know. There's been a couple of my assistants who have told me about different platforms that'll make things easier for what we do that I didn't even know existed. I can't even make this up. I didn't even know some of these things existed, and they brought it to my attention. So that's the beauty of a team, is being able to put other people's minds together and their knowledge combined with my knowledge, and then we make this thing even bigger than what it was. So there's so many things that I've just been learning these past few months, and it's literally these past 30 days, my mindset has completely shifted. And now that I don't do everything by myself anymore, it allows me to spend more time working on the one thing that I love to do, which is create content. Because I had all these other things that I had to do in order for my business to run, I couldn't make content consistently. I couldn't even enjoy making content because I was so focused on, okay, once I finish this, I got to do this, and I got to do this, I got to do this. That I was just running myself ragged, right? Now that a lot of that stuff is lifted off of me, I'm not scheduling, I'm not posting, I can get back to my talent, which is creating content. And I love that for me. On top of that, I told you guys I think I started this in May, either the end of April, beginning of May, just creating crazy amounts of content and posting it everywhere. And I was doing that by myself, scheduling and all that, but it got to be too much. So now I have my assistants doing that. We post every hour. Facebook, we post every 30 minutes. And I have multiple accounts on each platform, and those accounts are growing. And then we're creating more accounts on those platforms, and those are growing. And it's just so much stuff that I would not have been able to do all by myself. Like, no way. On top of run the actual business. Like, what happens once the fans get inside, right? So it's just so much that I've been learning. I've been able to spend more time reading to learn more, okay? I wasn't able to read and learn anything because I'm so busy creating content and then scheduling and doing this and that. Now I have more time to read. I am able to put the few hours of energy that I do get every single day towards what's most important, which is creating content and being a better leader, a better CEO, so I can build a better business. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I can't wait to read what you have to say. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do not forget to join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.